Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. Our big focus this hour, massive protests have erupted across Bangladesh's Dhaka over the alleged desecration of a picture of Lord Ram by radical Islamists opposing the construction of the tallest statue of the deity in Rangpur. With the construction now halted, thousands of Hindus in Bangladesh have held a torchlight procession in Dhaka and raised Jai Shri Ram chants on Friday, demanding the arrest of those behind the alleged desecration. The fresh tensions in Bangladesh come days after the construction of an 81-foot-tall statue of Lord Ram in Palasbari in northern Gaibandha district was put on hold. The Sri Sri Radha Govinda Temple Committee, which is behind the project, claimed the authorities received threats from Islamist groups. The incident has again brought to the forefront concerns over minority rights in Muslim-majority nation of Bangladesh. Meanwhile, in India, tension has prevailed along the Suktevpur border in the Beshnabgarh area of Malda and West Bengal, after allegations of a pushback attempt at the international border. According to local sources, border security force personnel allegedly attempted to push back a group of individuals trying to infiltrate into the country through the Sukhtev border. The situation escalated when a large number of Bangladeshi nationals gathered on the other side of the border, while residents from the Indian side also assembled near the frontier. Joining us to discuss this further is PK Mishra, former ADG BSF, also with us Sumit Peer, political commentator. Major General Gigi Dwivedi, geopolitical expert, is also joining us live. PK Mishra, of course, we'll get to the protest in Bangladesh in just a second, but at the border too, tension has prevailed. Pushback attempts by our border security force being met with protests on the other side, being met with drawback. It's clearly been a tense area, not just in this Malda area, but in other parts of the border as well that West Bengal and Bangladesh share.
Yes, Uday, I have spoken to the border. I came to know that, in fact, we are pushing back at night. All these Bangladeshi, those who are conformed Bangladeshis and of their own, they are coming to the border to go back to Bangladesh. They have to be pushed back, and we are doing it at the border. But the problem is, even few Bangladeshis, when they are trying to enter into India, we are catching them at the border. But the worst part of it, in the no man's land, the Bangladesh border guard of Bangladesh, they are not accepting even Bangladeshi nationals to go back to Bangladesh. And there is no other alternative than to push them back. And in fact, it is not only at Malda. It has happened in the Agartala border, it has happened in Kuch Bihar border, it has happened in North 24 Parganas border, and so on also in Nadia border. Everywhere Bangladeshis, those who are there in the border concentrated, they want to go back because what Mr. Subhendu Sarkar has already told them, that once you are conformed to be Bangladeshi, you go back to your state. And that is what is happening. And a lot of Bangladeshis who were in fact identified by government of Gujarat, Punjab and Delhi, they were also brought to border in other areas in Agartala and Malda and Kuch Bihar. They are also being pushed back. We have to push them back. And we know that this border guard of Bangladesh, of course, now in fact they are changed, because it's a lot of Pakistani people and also Bangladesh army. They have also penetrated into BGB, and few Bangladesh army personnel are also there along with BGB deployed in the border. And they are not accepting this, and they are creating problem in making the fencing also. We have started fencing because Mr. Subhendu Sarkar has given a lot of land in border areas to BSF, and we have started fencing at Nadia, North 24 Pargana, Malda, Kuch Bihar and Karimganj border. But we are being opposed by Bangladesh, border guard of Bangladesh. They are not allowing the fencing to come up, but by force we have to do it, and we are doing it. In Chicken Neck also, we have already done it at Fasidawa area. We started it at Fasidawa. But what has happened, that a lot of Bangladeshis also, they are coming to the border to penetrate into India. Along with that, a lot of Jamaat-e-Udat Bangladesh and also ISI and AQIS agents are also coming. They are trying to come to India, and we are very clear. We have deployed maximum of our force in the border with a lot of technical equipments and all, and we are giving more stress on those areas where fencing has not yet been made, and we are making the fencing. We are guarding it properly so that these people cannot come. But what you have stated, Uday Pratap Singh, that these people, those who are there,
Yes.
confirmed that they are Bangladeshis and from West Bengal, they want to go back to Bangladesh. They have to be pushed back because Bangladesh border guard will not accept them. We have to push them back at night, whether it is Malda, not 24 Parganas, or wherever it may be. They have to go back because they are security threat to our nation, and they have to go back. This is what I learned, and we are doing it, and will be successful. Even if BJP they don't allow, we will definitely make the fencing, as the government of India has already given this task to BSF. As we have already done it at
Right.
Pasapa, we will do it everywhere.
Right. Let me, in fact, quickly take that to Sumit Peer as well. Before we come back to the situation at the border, let's also talk about this idle desecration, Sumit. What you make of it and what you make of the protests that have erupted after it. Again, once again, questions on the rights of minorities within Bangladesh. Again, question marks on the places of worship for these Hindus in Bangladesh. This big question mark will, of course, be raised, and which is why people are on the streets. Will those protests be taken seriously or not, is the big question.
Uday, thank you very much for having me on your show. You have raised a very pertinent question. Has it started again? I mean, that is how we could sum it up. Look, when Mr. Rahman came to power, there was assurance that the Hindu rights, everything about Hindu will be taken care of, including the place of worship, including the right to live, right to education, right to employment, right pretty much will be taken care of. And now, unfortunately, what we have seen is that you are started pushing Hindus again. You're insulting Lord Ram. You are cajoling Hindus. You are forcing Hindus to come on the road. So in Bangladesh, why it is always that the poor Hindu has to come to the road? He's a Bengali because the nation was divided on language. So a Hindu is a Bengali, and even a Muslim is a Bangladeshi for that matter. So where does this differentiation come from? When there is nothing happening for the rights and duties of Muslims, why always Hindus are at the receiving end? Or is Mr. Rahman trying to signal it because you don't do the border fence? Because look, when we started the border fence, they went to United Nations. So he was backed by Pakistan, he was backed by Turkey and Saudi Arabia. We know that. Now, what is this message? Is because the more and more, what DGP Saab told us, the more and more aggressive we are getting with the border fence, the more and more we are trying to get this thing streamlined. There's a change of guard in Bangladesh, in Bengal, there's a new government there. And this new government under the leadership of Suwenda Adhikari ji is really pushing back. There are a lot of Bangladeshis who want to go back. There's this political patronage is over. This political drama is over where they were used as a vote bank. This infiltration of India isn't over. With the projects like Greater Bangladesh, the projects like Tayyab Erdogan, they are over. And forget that Mullah Munir was threatening us, the next attack is going to come from Bangladesh. Well, that all is not happening today because there is no Mamata Banerjee there. There is a very strong nationalist chief minister, Suwenda Adhikari, and there's a Bhajpa Sarkar there. So nothing like that is going to happen. So when we are trying to streamline things at our end, how are they hurting you? They are trying to insult the Hindus, they are trying to insult the Lord Ram, they are trying to get Hindus out onto the road, and then they will say, look, Hindus are not compatible with, they are trying to start that anti-Hindu hatred again, which was in, earlier in Yunus's time. Yunus was the kingpin of that. So is Mr. Rahman also following the same tracks? Now, we know he is not dependent on Jamaat Islami. We know he doesn't have to do it. But why is he doing that? Why he cannot ensure the safety and security of the Hindus? Why Hindus have to always beg and plead for everything? When the country was divided on the basis of language, the language is equal for all. So do Muslims in Bangladeshi constitution get some special provisions, some special pravdans? And whenever India is doing its own thing, why is it that why is the Hindu on the Bangladesh start suffering? Why Hindu daughters start getting kidnapped? Now the question is that, will Mr. Rahman again rise to the occasion? Will he prove that he's a forward-looking gentleman and has a vision of the future? Or is he again going to Yunus and possibly going back to the Jamaati tracks? Who is prevailing? Who is controlling him? He has a very powerful mandate. There is no reason for him to, cut corners. He has a very powerful mandate. He can protect the Hindus. It is his onus, it is his right and responsibility to protect the Hindus of Bangladesh. But we as Indians are a concerned third party. I would say also a concerned third party. If a Hindu is hurt in Bangladesh, this becomes a national issue in India. And let Mr. Rahman or anybody in Bangladesh know, you cannot hurt Hindus and you expect us to keep quiet. No, that is not going to happen. You cannot say there are, Bangladeshi Hindus and India keep quiet. No, that is not going to happen. You
Absolutely.
Don't liberated you. General Dwivedi here, he was the one who liberated you. Don't forget that. He has fought that war of 1971. We're lucky to have him on this panel. So when people have liberated you, we are a concerned third party. And when it comes to any Hindu right, duties, and when it comes to insult of the deity, it is an insult to us.
Absolutely. And what are these, and what are these protests about? These protests are merely to get those who have desecrated the statue behind bars. Major General Dwivedi, it's to bring to book those who are behind this act of desecrating the statue. We cannot have radical Islamists winning. That's something the dispensation should not allow in Bangladesh. What do you make of this situation, Major General Dwivedi, within Dhaka and also at the border, as the last 24 hours have been extremely tense?
Yeah.
Well, Uday, firstly, I look at Bangladesh as a holistic neighbor and not nitpicking only what is happening with Hindus, what is the border issue. It needs to be taken as a holistic strategic neighbor. Well, as Sumit P said that I fought Bangladesh war, so I follow this nation since 1971. I'd like to make 3-4 very categorical points. Firstly, Hindus are marginalized even in 1971. And one of the duties we had was to protect the minorities after the war was over. And we were there for about 3 months and we've seen what kind of atrocity were being committed on Hindus. And mind you, when the rape of Bangladesh took place, it was mostly the Hindu women that were targeted, and the killings of Bangladeshis by Pakistan army again. The Hindus are more targeted than the local community. The point is that when Bangladesh was liberated, it was taken that we now have a friendly neighbor and our relation will be on a very, very strong footing. But that didn't happen. And therefore, I think to some extent, our policies are not the one which are keeping a close track as to what exactly is happening in Bangladesh. And therefore, over a period of time, these extremist forces actually are now calling the roost. And the things worsened during the time of Muhammad Yunus. It was very, very systematic, tacitly supported by these, extremist elements. Now the point is what this situation is today. Well, after Tariq Rahman has come to power, well, he has made very vocal statements that he will be protecting the minorities. But Uday, on the ground today, Bangladesh is actually being ruled by these extremists, by the Jamaatis, while they may not have come to power, but they have a very strong base.
Yes.
So my recommendations are following. First and foremost, at government to government level, we have to take it up very strongly, because it just cannot be just the border guarding. No, we have to manage the borders, which is very important, because even as a GOC have found that this infiltration, this immigration was taking at random, and today we have 13 districts which have become the majority, Muslim majority district. The second point is the border management. Border guarding is one issue. Pushing back is one issue, but we need to take a very holistic policy, because this menace will keep coming until we take the border as a holistic management. And the third point is the minorities. We have to look after them. From 23% they have come to 8%.
Yeah.
And if we don't stand, we have to be very vocal. And it means we have taken a very cautious stand. Oh no, it is the internal affair of Bangladesh. No, it's our affair, because we have to protect the Hindus. No one else. Who else will do it? No one else is going to do it. We got to be very vocal. The Hindus' problem of Bangladesh is problem of India. And that has to be made very clear to the government that this nonsense cannot continue.
Yeah.
And my last point is, please remember, Bangladesh is a very strategic neighbor. We have to handle the things in a very cool manner. It cannot be high-handed or hot-headed approach, because it sits so, strategically in the region that we cannot take just a lopsided approach. We have to take it holistically, and until government comes very strongly on the issue, and until government puts its foot right inside what is happening in Bangladesh, this is going to continue, because this problem is not just the border guarding, it's the holistic management of our relation with Bangladesh.
Let me address some breaking news now coming in. A video is surfacing online. A video is surfacing online that shows the alleged vandalism of the under construction Hindu temple. This was the construction of an 81-foot tall statue of Lord Ram in Palashpari in northern Gaibandha district that was put on hold. A video of the desecration now has surfaced. What do you make of this video, Major General Dwivedi?
What we can say, the tip of the iceberg. This is only we are seeing the symptom. But the problem is much more deeper. The issue is that there is no, religious freedom. for the Hindus. Moment they want to do something, like this is a very legitimate demand and requirement that they are constructing a temple in this Pulash Bari area of Gaibanda. But these, extremist elements, the radical elements actually have stopped this construction, and they are defying the basic freedom of religion. And this is where the problem has started. And why shouldn't a minority community have full right to construct the place of worship, to have a full right to practice their religion?
Yes.
In fact, 1 minute, that in fact you see during Muhammad Yunus time, the number of these pandals were vandalized. The Durga Puja pandals, they are free for all. In fact, Durga Puja could not be celebrated during this
Okay.
time. I think this we have to come very strongly.
Stay with us. Stay with us. More breaking news coming in. More breaking news coming in. The Hindu Mahajot, the organization which is leading the protests of Hindus in Bangladesh, has warned that if authorities do not allow construction of the Ram statue to resume, efforts would be made to establish Ram temples across all 64 districts of Bangladesh. So this is a warning that Hindu Mahajot has now issued. Sumit Peer.
I think, Uday, this is the best piece of news what we could break on the national TV, because that is the way you respond. And I compliment General Dwivedi, when he says that the most of the women who were raped were Hindus, and the most of the women who were killed were Hindu. The men who were killed were Hindus, because the normal conception is they raped the Muslims and they killed most Muslim women. They raped maximum Muslim women and they killed maximum Muslim men, when that is not the thing. I mean, now we are hearing it from the person who was on the ground, who fought the war. So that leaves everything to chance. And I completely agree that, it has to be a holistic approach. We have to put our foot down. And let me tell everybody and anybody in Bangladesh, any Hindu killed or hurt there becomes our problem, becomes our national problem, becomes our ethnic problem, becomes our religious problem, and becomes our political problem. We have to understand it very well. I mean, Hindus are not disposable there. And if this is the kind of thing that let's have the Ram Mandirs come in all the 64 districts. You need money, you need assistance. We as India will go and provide you assistance. If the government cannot do it, the civil society is ready. You and me are ready to contribute for that cause. The same trust which built the Ram Mandir can collect the money for all these temples built across Bangladesh, because you are challenging the ethos and identity of our brothers just for being Hindu. That is not acceptable.
Right.
It's as clear as that.
Okay,
That
more breaking developments now that we're tracking. The National Committee for Puja Celebrations has announced a nationwide protest program indicating the demonstrations are likely to continue. What do you make of this development, PK Mishra? Nationwide protests now, a call made. The protests will not stop. They will continue, is what this committee is indicating.
Yes, I can well tell you that, in fact, I got the information from Gaibandha. I'll tell you why it has happened. Gaibandha constituency, parliamentary constituency, they have five seats. And out of 5, only 1 is from BNP and 4 are from Jamaatul JEI. So they are in majority. And complete the Maulana of Gaibandha, Palasbari, he has given the instruction to all the JEI members that this Ram temple should not be constructed, that should stop. Of course, our Adhamadab committee has stopped the construction for the time being, but they will continue. And this, in fact, Hindu Mahajot and actually thousands of Hindu university students have come up to the road, and they are going to demonstrate in all the districts. I'm very sure that it is not only that 81-feet Ram temple and 50-feet Krishna temple and 30-feet Shiv temple will come up in Gaibandha. Every district of Bangladesh and all the Hindus will get the funds from us to construct Ram temple, Ram statue everywhere. I can well tell you, Tariq Rahman what he stated. I am also telling you, I was a Mukti Bahini. In 1971, I was operating in Bangladesh. I am a part of Mukti Bahini also. I was there in 1971 operation. But what the situation is now there, I can well tell you, soft approach to Bangladesh will not hold good. I disagree totally that we should have soft approach with Bangladesh. We should be very strong as a nation. We must be tit to tat. And the Hindus, the way Hindus are being treated in Bangladesh, whether it was in Muhammad Yunus time or during Tariq Rahman time, it is the same. There is no difference. And we are getting, even in Muhammad Yunus time, BJP was behaving properly. Now, during Tariq Rahman's time, BJP is totally against BSF in the border. This is what is happening in the border. So we have to have a very hard approach. We have to teach them a lesson. You see, their whole economy will, they have to depend upon India. They can't bypass India for everything. Even if China is coming to their help, in opposite to chicken neck, they are having one airstrip and all they have made. How many years they will continue? They have to depend upon India for everything, whether it is rice or atta or everything. All total economy will depend upon India, and we can stop it. So that is not the way. But I can well tell you, I came to know from Gaibandha that even our Adhamadav committee, for the time being, they have stopped this construction, but they will start after this movement. Our Hindu movement is going on.
Absolutely.
And whether
Absolutely.
Tariq
Absolutely.
Rahman
All right. Well, we have to quickly turn our focus. We are getting some more breaking developments now coming in on the reignited